Hey guys, this is just a simple FaceTime kind of talking head. Get it to be about books also. This is kind of a quick survey of where we're at in the spring term of the School of Tomorrow. It's not like everyone's on the same track here, but I talk a lot about Walter Kaufmann here and there, and he was known for translating Nietzsche, but this is another good book given time and space. If you can want to read up on the life of Friedrich Nietzsche, this one is by Curtis. Is it Kate? So you can tell I'm not a super Nietzsche scholar, and this is true. I'm kind of remember CJ and polymaths and the paradox of trying to be a comprehensivist, as he called it. Remember the idiom "mile wide, inch deep." Like we're all like of limited volume. There's a synergetics thing about a fixed volume tetrahedron, macrocosm, microcosm theater thing, if you know the one I mean. But it's similar idea. Another book, does not equal. This is an interesting and obscure one. I think part of the fun is just go find where can you find this and all that. I won't go into all the details in this video. Again, obscure, but very worthwhile. Wittgenstein's a big name, but a lot of people don't actually read any of it. This is true in philosophy in general. People like to talk a lot about so and so, but they don't read so and so, like Nietzsche. This one's interesting though because it's both in German and English at the same time, like left and right side. So if you're learning German or English, either direction. And finally, this is what I call a bus binder. And I take these literally on the bus, or I'll just take them in a bag somewhere in the car and maybe read it in an off chance I get to read something. I'll have some reading with me. And what do I put in this one? Like I have quite a few of these. Thanks to Trevor, he left me a lot of binders like this in connection with the archive project he undertook, the Joe Moore Archive. Talk about that in other places. But right now, I'm reading about a very quick turnaround of a very cool paper about William Blake and his mythology because Dr. Jang, that guy on YouTube, Predictive History, right? He's someone I track. A lot of us have. He's been getting kind of well known. And anyway, he mentions William Blake and he's talking about AI and stuff. And here's someone very talented with AI. So I didn't make this paper, but I do have AI stuff. That's a prompt. That's a perplexity. So it's not like I don't use AI. I'm just saying I didn't do this. This piece of work is not mine, but I'm reading it. I'm interested in it. So I take it around in my bus binder. That's what I meant to say. And one other thing, I don't just want to do books. Where is it? Looking around. This thing. Don't want to just do books. This is called Zone Tool, right? And you may be familiar with it. You may be very familiar, but some of you aren't. And it has these ingenious little hubs that lets lots of sticks click in, kind of like we were doing with strange attractors at one point, which was magnetic. Okay, so there's spider webs, but that's because I use these, but I get a lot of spider webs. Anyway, the point on this is really just to familiarize you with the Zone tool, but also to point out that it looks like what we might call a vector equilibrium. Same number of outpointing as surrounding in this case. Well, 12 and 24, if you double the ones coming out because they're hinge bonded tetrahedra, you've got your vector equilibrium. And, however you want to model it, it's always just going to be a model. Anyway, you've got the center and the 12 spokes, and they all, if you know your, cuboctahedron or whatever, if you know your lengths, these would all be the same length. So why the two colors? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Is that the yellow? I'm not the yellow. The red and the blue must be very close to the same length, and that's true. And then there's the greens. So color coded lengths is something to look for. I could go on and on. I have a lot of other toys. S modules in a jar, phi scaled. But that's enough for now, and thank you everyone for your kind well wishes on my birthday yesterday. It was a good day, and onward, spring term. Talk to you later.